Welcome, everyone, to episode 65 of 1 Hour, 1 Decision, 1H1D. I am Chris.
And I am Tom.
And we take 60 minutes and play a random game on Xbox Game Pass, but sometimes not so random because we're going to be talking about a game requested by Nave from the Gaming Together podcast. And the game is Infernax by Berzerk.
It is still random to us, Chris.
It is still random to us. That's true.
We didn't pick it.
We did not pick it. Someone else picked it for us. And you could do that too. But that's for later. Berzerk Studios is the developer of this game. And this game came out back in February of 2022. So pretty recent. But the game doesn't look... Yeah, it doesn't look like a modern game. Doesn't play like a modern game.
No.
But, you know, we're going to be talking about it either way. I played this on the PC, and it was a minuscule 209.7 megabytes. Tom?
I don't know how to explain it, Chris. I don't know how to explain how this is 150% larger on the Xbox One. It's 528 megabytes.
That's weird. Something's been unpacked. They just figured, it's 500 megs. That's not a big deal. Let the Xbox can handle that.
Yeah.
They don't realize that, but whatever. But what kind of game is this?
Side-scrolling platformer.
You put action at the end of that.
I did.
Platformer action. But yeah, that's true. I put a 2D Castlevania style game because this really reminded me of Castlevania.
It is Castlevania.
It is Castlevania. It's very modern.
The only reason it's not Castlevania is you don't have a whip. Yeah.
You have a mace that like he hits like it's a whip. You know, his animation. I was like, this is not a whip. It looks like a very short whip with a very big end to it.
Yeah, that's not how. I'm pretty sure that's not how you swing a mace. But you know, think you'd have wrist problems. I
think it's more downward, or you know, these kind of motions, not like this or. Like
you want gravity to help you with the bone crushing.
Yeah, absolutely. So what about that game loop?
You move left and right to face monsters and you beat them up or die trying to do that.
That's true. I just put kill all enemies on screen, sort of. Because, as we'll talk about, there's some choices.
Yeah, they made some choices, all right.
Yeah. Let's get into it. What did we like about this game, Tom?
It reminds me of Mega Man and Ninja Turtles and games that I played as a child. And I like that very much.
The nostalgia factor, yep. Yep, the pixel art, the chiptunes music, all that stuff was there. Was very present in this game.
Yes.
You know, the combat felt pretty good. I like the simple upgrade system. It was just like power, armor. Oh no, power, health, and magic or mana.
Yeah.
And then they add some other stuff like where you can get new items. I was just hoping for something not like a mace, but whatever. I thought the combat felt pretty good. You know, it was pretty accurate. Like, but it was very responsive. That's what I meant to say. It's a very responsive game. And I enjoyed my deaths because a lot of the time they were just so over the top.
Yeah.
What about you, Tom?
I want to agree with you on the creative death sequences. And I put a little sub note here that I saw a lot of them.
Yeah. Yes. I played this on casual again, and this game was still pretty hard. So I can't imagine how difficult normal is.
Yeah, pretty difficult. I liked most of the music, as you said, even if it was pretty basic, right? Chiptones style, but it was catchy and it like got me in the mood.
Yeah.
I liked that the environment changed as I played, like as I completed quests, like background art and stuff would change to reflect that you did something there, which is not really something. There was like a situation in a barn, and like if you went and resolved it, then like monsters stopped appearing outside the barn. And
That's right.
And there were a couple of elements of that, at different parts in the game, and I was like, hey, all right, because in the games that we used to play as children, that didn't happen.
No.
But it's like, yeah, this is like a modern take on that idea, right?
Yeah.
I think the game is pretty easy to pick up and play,
for sure.
Just like those games that we used to play, which makes it accessible kind of to everyone. Like I could slap a controller in just about anybody's hand, saying, "This is jump and this is swing your mace, and here you go."
Yeah.
They're probably going to get frustrated pretty quickly because they're going to die a lot. But there's not like a whole lot of buttons to learn. Like,
no,
it's all about timing and avoiding enemies and striking correctly and that sort of stuff. So, I also did like that there were optional side quests in addition to the main story. And again, that's sort of one of those kind of like modern things where it's like, like a game today, if you made a game today, would have, side missions and bonus missions and things packed in. And that's here. So it's cool to play a game that feels like it's from the 80s, but has modern things integrated into it,
Absolutely. And also with the choices, like, so actually very early on in the game, you have a choice, which reminded me of a game that we played previously, which was Undertale, where you had the choice of either saving or attacking your enemy.
Yeah.
And in this game, you have the same thing. Like I think right when you get off the boat, and maybe 2 screens later, you're faced with this guy that basically says to kill me, and you either kill him or you give him mercy. I forgot to save my game, so I had to start all the way over. So I saved. Oh no, I killed him first, and that was a pretty gruesome scene. What did you do, Tom? What did you do with him?
I think I killed him. I'm not even sure.
Okay. It was a pretty gruesome scene, and then the next time I was like, oh, let me spare him, and he turned into a giant boss.
That's what I did because I fought him.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm not going to kill you, and then I had to do a boss battle.
Yeah, which was like, it wasn't hard per se, but at the same time, you're just like, what the hell? Like, I try to be a nice guy, and this is what I get. So that was kind of messed up, but kind of cool. There's those choices. There's another choice that happens later on in the game with, I think, one of those side quests where you're like, oh, okay, which is kind of cool too. So yeah, apparently any choice that you make throughout this game affects what happens at the end, which is kind of cool. Hopefully multiple endings. So we can see about that. Very dark game though.
Oh yeah.
So, but anything else you want to bring up, or shall we talk about stuff that we didn't like?
I just want to agree with you that I did like the way that you spend the XP to upgrade your character and that you have control over what that looks like. I think is, another one of those like modern improvements that I enjoyed.
Yeah. The one thing, since I did play it in casual, I think they were less, or they're more forgiving in terms of the XP that you carried over every time back. So like by the end of like my 7th or 8th death, I still had a sizable amount of XP so that I could upgrade stuff pretty quickly. And I was like, now the zombies, killing the zombies only took like one swing as opposed to the two swings it would do me because I upgraded the power. So that was kind of cool. Definitely useful in the barn.
Yes. But we need to talk about things we didn't like, Chris.
Yes. Why don't you start?
Oh boy. I'm going to start with my biggest one, okay? Which is that I played it on normal. And so, like, when you fail to get, this is like Mega Man or one of those games, right? It's pattern recognition, it's timing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you fail to figure out that pattern and you die, and then you realize that you haven't saved in a while.
Yeah, same. Exactly.
And so you lose this huge amount of progress.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
super
just
frustrating.
It is super frustrating. And like, why do I have 5 health bars, but I die in 2 hits?
Yeah.
I have 5 little pips of health.
Yep.
But things hit me and I just die in 1 or 2 hits. And I'm like,
what's the point?
What's the point of having 5 of them? Why are these things not hitting me for 1?
Well, the weaker enemies do only take 1 of those pips. It's just like the zombies can take more. And like I guess the bosses can take a good chunk more. Maybe insta death kind of thing. I don't know. But to your point, there is armor and you get more health if you upgrade that too.
Okay.
So things like that.
I also just I'm irritated by the idea of taking damage from touching enemies in general.
Yeah.
Like I want a situation like at least Mario Brothers me where like if I jump on their heads or something they die, like
in that barn scene, I was saying that to myself the entire time. It's like, because there were so many zombies. I was like, why can't I just jump on top of them, smash them like Dead Space? Like just smash their heads, But that didn't work out. You get damaged instead. Because I guess the idea is they're just gnawing at your leg as you come down at them.
Yeah.
That's a thought.
See, like in a modern game, if the enemy doesn't execute their attack animation, you don't take damage.
Yeah.
So if you were playing Dead Space 2, you could run into the enemies, and as long as they don't swipe at you, you don't take damage.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I'm going to say that the enemy types, at least so far, were very samey. Like there's like maybe 2 or 3 enemy types, and they all kind of just run at you. There was one particular one that annoyed me. Was the jumping one. That like little pinky looking thing that just jumped at you, because getting the timing down to get it to when it like okay it's coming down now and like try to swing was annoying. And I don't know, but I did not play this on normal, but is it more like a Souls-like game when it's on normal mode?
Well, you just lose everything.
I think that's what a Souls does. But no, but you can't go back and pick it up again. It's gone.
It's just gone.
Just gone. Yeah.
It's like playing a Mega Man.
Mega Man, yeah, like a Mega Man, yeah. Okay.
All that you get to keep is your memory of what you did. So you can not do that again.
Oh my god, that's terrible. That is terrible. But anything else you wanted to bring up though?
It irritated me that like when you screen off and then come back, the enemies respawn. But in the same way that I was earlier saying that this in my likes that it reminds me of classic Mega Man and Ninja Turtle games. I mean, yeah, like they did in those games too. So
exactly, they did 100%. Yeah, that's true, and I would almost say it's like an advantage if you wanted to get that XP up too. If it's a area that you know how to beat in a particular way, then you can just keep grinding away if you really wanted to. If you're that kind of a psycho, so yeah. But
I didn't even think about that, Chris. That you could farm an area for XP to make your character better.
Yeah.
Because that concept is such a modern concept.
Yeah,
like, I would never think to try to farm Mega Man enemies, but yeah, I mean, you totally could.
Yeah, you get XP for every one of their kills and gold. Sometimes. That's a sometimes, actually.
Huh.
But yeah.
What an interesting thought. Yeah.
Well, speaking of thoughts, any other thoughts here for you?
Because I'm super stubborn, I never tried casual, and maybe I should have. Maybe I would have had a little bit more fun and been a little less frustrated. So what were the, since you did play casual?
Yeah.
What did you get out of it, I guess, or what was different?
I mean, like I said, you keep most of your XP when you die.
Right.
So you use that to then just keep power leveling up. And yeah,
but you lose your like actual progress. You end up back where you last saved.
Right. You lose you
plot.
Lose up,
right. The plot resets. Nothing that you did over there matters, since right.
No, like you just go back to your last save.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't like because I didn't save the very first time. It took me all the way back to the beginning, like where I was on the ship.
Got it.
And then I had to like go through the entire plot again. But I died many times after that, and I made sure to save like at those whatever
shrines,
monuments or shrines. Yeah, and yeah, I was able to just go right back there. So I fought that barn thing like 800 times, but I was finally able to get to it because of that. According to How Long to Beat, this game takes about 6.5 hours to beat, just the main story, and about 8 hours to do the main and some extras like side missions and stuff like that. So not bad. Fairly short game. Fairly short game. And this does have Xbox Cloud saves and all that stuff. So playing on the Xbox or playing on the PC, your saves transfer. So that's super useful. I don't know if it's cloud enabled. I have to check that out. This game could be kind of cool playing on touch controls because I don't think it needs every single button either. So it's literally just jump in, attack,
jumping and punching.
But there is that mana which we didn't get to use yet.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The spells and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I could have done with some ranged attacks.
I agreed. Yeah, that would have been definitely helpful. Like a fireball or an ice spell or some junk would be definitely a nice plus to the game enhancement. But are we going to keep this game, or are we going to throw it into the water, or throw some holy water at it? Maybe.
I'm going to dig a shallow grave for this game and bury it. My hour went by pretty quick, but I left feeling frustrated and mostly unhappy, with unfulfilled. I was not making enough forward progress. I was playing on normal difficulty.
Yeah.
I died a lot and lost everything, and that's just not a good time. So
yeah.
Maybe shame on me. Maybe I should have played it casual. Maybe I would have liked it, but
yeah. But you wanted to try it with a little bit of a challenge, or play it as the developer, asked you to. I didn't write this for you, but so like you, I think the hour went by very quickly. I was definitely frustrated as well, but I was still having fun. And it was like, I'm just hoping that if I am going to keep this game, and I'm hoping that that you get more different types of weapons. First of all, like maybe not a mace, maybe a broadsword or something like that, because you see them strewn across the world too. You can't pick them up, which is annoying. And like the magic stuff would be kind of cool to see how that works. So yeah, I think and the fact that it's kind of a short game, I'm like, yeah, you know what, I'll give it a go. I'll see if I can keep playing this game. So yeah, I'm going to keep this game. I'm going to give it a shot.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, you let me know if the late game gets interesting enough that I should revisit it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And so those are our thoughts. Let us know what you think of this game. Follow us and say hello on Twitter at TC1H1D or shoot us an email at TC1H1D@outlook.com. Check out our streams on Twitch at twitch.tv/1H1D. And if you're watching this on YouTube, send us a comment down below and we promise to read and respond. What you think, Tom? We'll respond, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Well, as long as
always,
you say something nice. If you say something
nice.
terrible, we're just going to
be nice, people.
Delete your comment. Report you to YouTube's.
Yeah. Mr. YouTube is going to be on the case. So, as always, 1H1D is part of the QTB network. And if you also enjoy movies and TV, then you've got to watch, where Bruno takes you on a journey through the greatest shows and film of our time, with guest hosts Nick and Brad weighing in as well. Check them out at quitthebill.com/gotta watch.
You gotta.
We gotta. And we gotta find out what we're playing next.
Yes, we do, Chris.
We do.
Beautiful segue.
Thank you. And this time we do have to click the surprise me button. I'm going to do it. And we're going to find out what we're playing next right now. Here we go. Okay.
And
The Rift Breaker.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're breaking them rifts open. This looks like a isometric style game. Definitely looks kind of like StarCraft-y.
But does it look like Star Wars-y?
No.
Darn. Because next,
out. Tom's out.
I'm already out. We're gonna do episode 66, and it's not gonna be Star Wars.
Oh, you're right. Oh, that would have been perfect. Oh my god! If it was a Star Wars game, sorry.
Well, if it was a Star Wars game, I would have already played it, so it's off the block.
That's also true. That's also true. So the Rift Breaker is what we're going to be playing next. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one.
Thanks, everybody.